with Okra back in the right. No easy runs.
Two captains are up and ready for the toss of coin. Augustine Okra is captain for Bechem United this afternoon, and as the book is kept by the Black Stars' #1 goalkeeper, Benjamin Asare, who just got his 4th straight call-up into the Black Stars ahead of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Comoros and then the Central African Republic. So confirmation of the officiating officials, the centre man, Reginald Collins Asante. Big game for Asante. That's the House of Oak lineup for this afternoon's game here in Bechem. Benjamin Asare in post, Bayfield right back, Mensah left back, Osesibe returns to partner Fani in central defense. That's Kakari Paku in midfield alongside Abdul Karim. And there's the first start for Prince Kwabno Owusu, the former Gold Stars captain, who is starting the game for Hazabok this afternoon. Leading the attack is Hamza Isa, but surprisingly, Rafael Aponsa finds himself in a very unusual position in Didi Dramani's setup this afternoon here in Bechem.
Yeah, another strong lineup, strong setup by Didi Dramani. I just don't expect Aponsa, to be start up front there with Hamza Isa. Definitely he'll be dropping a bit more deeper to help, with those defensive duties, especially in midfield where he has, the likes of Abdul Karim and then also George Parko helping him over there. But it is the defense for me because Hearts of Oak are without Mohamed Ali, their just a centre back. Esibe didn't make it, in the other game against 11 Wonders. He's back partnering up Ponsa. Yes, there's a lot of experience in that centre pairing, but then they've not been tested, and you can talk about the chemistry between the two because they've not played together in that position in a long while.
Bechem United India, lemon green jerseys over black stockings, and the Phobians, white purple with the rainbow colors dominating this afternoon for Hearts of Oak. The last time they visited this venue, they ended up losing to Bechem United by 1-0. They are bent on turning that score around, but for Bechem United, they are aiming for their very first win of the season.
Yeah, and that even makes it more challenging for them, knowing that you've played 3 games so far this season and you're winless. Not typical of Bechem United. There's a team that always, challenges the top teams in the league, for a top 4 finish. And in the last couple of seasons, after, the departure of Kasim Minglu-Kanse, we've not really seen Bechem United at their best.
There we go. Bechem United gets us going for this afternoon's game here in Bechem. It's the Ghana Premier League Matchday 4 opener. Bechem United up against Hearts of Oak. This is our coverage live on TV3 and is proudly powered by Adesa Productions Limited. Hearts of Oak up against Bechem United, one of the biggest fixtures of Matchday 4 in the season's Premier League. It's an early run. Arbon sends across, and Bechem United early pressure on the Phobians. Under 1 minute, we have our first corner of the afternoon here at the Nana Fosujiabo Park in Bechem.
Yeah, they're trying to put some fear into, the Hearts of Oak team. They are trying to press them. They are just trying to, just test that defense early on in the game. Mind you, Hearts of Oak are coming to this game having not considered a goal so far this season, and it will take quite a lot in 90 minutes to stop this Bechem United team, from trying to find the back of the net.
Okra swings in across, and Asari does well to fist it away. It's another corner.
Yeah, and that's what they are doing now. You can see trying to test the defense, going a bit more direct, throwing everything at them so far.
Okra get a second bite of the cherry. Another corner for Bechem United. With just a few seconds after 1 minute, and Bechem United are showing their intentions very clear. And Okran swings one to the far post. Again, Asari gets something on it, but the connection from Adam Sanud doesn't trouble the Black Stars #1.
Well, that was that cool and calmly done by Benjamin Asari, and that's why he's #1 for the Black Stars, and not surprised he ended the call-up again for the 4th straight time for the World Cup qualifiers. You could see him just tipping that one a bit.
Ball goes in from Mensah. Well defended by Moro Abdullahi. And Hazabok have a throw-in coming from the last touch of Augustine Afrani. Mensah runs for Mensah, swings one in. And Hamza Issa's effort just flies over the bar for a goal kick.
Yeah, with all the pressure you take this from Hamza Issa, not the best of balls from, the marksman for Accra Hearts, but then at least it was the first time they made an incursion into the third half, and it was just a good one. They will need to settle down first. They are yet to do that, Accra Hearts, and you can't even see the team trying to string the passes together because it's early days and Bechem United were just trying to cut them off guard. At least get a first goal and make it difficult for them coming back into it.
That infringement committed by Hamza Issa on the Bechem United centre-back Yawu Champon. Moro Abdullahi goes to Benjamin Esedu, who gets one away. Good play from Emmanuel Aban, brought down by Hazlewood's Rafael Amponsan. Free kick for Bechem United.
Yeah, and it's getting more frustrating for the Phobians now. You have Bechem United playing with first gear now, and you could see the speed, intensity with which they are playing with. Hazlewood should really be careful now.
Here's Abdul Karim. He's a local boy, former player of Bechem United. The fans at this stadium know him so well. He's got his own fan club coming into the stadium to support him. Here's Abdul Karim for the Phobians. He joined Nations FC upon the recommendation of Kasim Mengo last season, but he just moved to Hazlewood when Didi Dramani's score came, and it's a goal kick for Bechem United.
That was an easy ball. Should have been an easy one for Martin Kakari to have trapped that. I was just wondering what he was trying to do. Perhaps trying to apply a bit of skill, but he should have just gone with the simplest of things. Trap it with your right foot, just check onto your left, and you have many more options. But then, like we said, it's not been the best of starts for Accra Hearts. They've been managed to, defend that early scare from the Bechem United, and they'll be hoping that Beast, they can also get into this game.
Clearance by Mensah. Moro Seda. Here is Sanut. So Baba Moro Abdullahi to Benjamin Esedu, who gets one away into Hazlewood territory. Here is Dalvin Yeboah. Emmanuel Seifa. Baba Moro Abdullahi. The pass was meant for Adam Sanud, but it's obvious the weight on it was too much for the left back.
Yeah, a bit overhit there by his teammate, and that midfield pairing of Emmanuel Sifa and then also Amankwa Frank, formerly of Gold Stars, would really prove a lot. If Bechem United stands a chance of winning this game, they are both good passers of the ball. They also know how to press, when tackle without the ball.
Here is Prince Kwabneo Wusu to Rafael Amponsan, who switches to the right side trying to find Bayfi. Bayfi is flourishing in that right back role since the arrival of Didi Dramani. He used to play in that role, a couple of times in the season's Premier League, but this time he's been brilliant, and then he goes down, he wins the foul for Hazlewood, Yamanka Bayfi.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's such a fine talent, and I believe his greatest strength has to do with his versatility, playing at right back sometimes, at the right wing, sometimes as a right midfielder. He adds that to his game. He's good, defensively as well, and whenever he looks for it, he's explosive, so much speed as well.
And Hearts have a free kick. Esibe swings one to the far side on the right. Was trying to aim at Rafael Mensah, Hazlewood's left back, Ransford Mensah, but couldn't find him. Foul for Bechem United.
The pressure hasn't died off yet from Bechem United, as they have the fans behind them, and they know a win here today would really skyrocket them as far as the standards is concerned.
Aban loses possession. Here is Frank Amankwa, the former BBN Gold Stars player. Yawu Champon has lost possession. Here is Mensah. Good run from the left back, but there's a poor touch from George Parko, and it's gifted the Bechem United a throw, which is quickly taken. Here is Augustine Okra. Afrani. Here is Babat. Sanut Adams. Now Yawu Champon for Bechem United. to Augustine Afrani Mensah. Here is Emmanuel Seifa. Bechem United playing with some confidence, but eventually unable to let that beautiful passing play bring anything positive.
With this energy, I wouldn't be surprised if they grab the first goal here in this game, Bechem United. You know, they've come out best in every single department of this game. They've had shots, they've tested Benjamin Asari, they've made incursions into the Hazard defensive third. All that is letting them down so far has been scoring, and it's been their bane so far this season.
They did lose their last game against Hearts of Lions, but Coach Desmond Boche maintains the same lineup without a single change. That tells you he saw something positive in that game. Long ball by Kakari. He's looking for Prince Kabno Wusu, the former BBN Gold Stars captain. So, two former BBN Gold Stars players playing against each other. Prince Kabno Wusu for Hazabok and Frank Amankwa on the side for Bechem United.
Yeah, perhaps Mauli Wayo could also feature, makes it 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know, talking about maintaining the same lineup, I believe it just has to do with familiarity and building that synergy.
Mensah's delivery, flag goes up, offside. Bechem United have the advantage.
And for coaches like Desmond Boche, you'd always be compared to your predecessor who did a fine job here, who made here a fortress. And, you know, every team that made that journey all the way to Bechem trembled, you know, with fear, because they knew that the team was going to attack them. They knew they were going to, you know, get tired. They were going to suffer and work for 90 minutes. And, you know, that spirit is gone. It's not there anymore. And that's what Bechem United are trying to get back.
Here is Augustine Okra. Bechem United lose possession. Abdul Karim. Good play from Karim. Here's Hamza Isa. He's drawn into the midfield, trying to help him getting the ball into the Bechem area. He lost possession. Here is Aban. Osei Space under pressure from Dalvin Yeboah, but he's able to get to Asari. Now Bayfi Okalmat is down for the Phobians. Abdul Karim, very calm on the ball. Good pass from Bayfi. And Amponsa, that's what to pick out Prince Owusu. Mensah gets the good touch. Here is George Parko. Now Abdul Karim. Rafael Amponsa. That's some delightful football from Hazabok.
And that was what they were waiting for, you know, with all that pressure. We know Hazabok to be a very calm team. They love to build, you know, up from the back, string passes together, trying to find open spaces, and that's what they are doing now. And Bechem United should be careful. They need to be pressing higher. They need to retain the ball at a quicker pace, else they could be punished.
Abdul Karim goes for goal, and it's straight to Esedu. 10 minutes at the Nana for Sujiabo Park in Bechem. Is United 0, Hazabok 0.
Yeah, that's right. Strike a bit feeble there.
Here is Prince Kabno Wusu. He goes down right before referee Collins Armour. Free kick for Hazabok.
And, you know, the away fans are quite, you know, elated about that. At least they have someone who can showboat a bit, someone who is quite confident with the ball at his feet, someone to take on the players. Now, and that's what Prince, you know, gives you in that Hazabok setup. Very skillful, strong as well on the ball. Has an eye for a good pass. Gives them a couple of goals at least. You know, 5 to 10 goals a season. That's what he's shown over the last couple of seasons in the Ghana Premier League.
Hazabok have a free kick. We've done 11 minutes here at the Nana for Sujiabo Park in Bechem. It's home side. Bechem United still hunting for their first 3 points of the season. Drawing against Hazabok, who have picked up 7 points from a possible 9 in 3 games so far. Parko leaves it. It will be Ransford Mensah. He goes over it. It's Parko. Something that must be rehearsed from the training grounds. He cuts it back, but Arman will pick it up for Bechem United. Their heads out didn't go well, maybe at the training grounds. So the Phobians still have possession. Mensah's delivery. Kakari was lurking, looking for support. And Kakari's delivery just missing the post by inches. It's a goal kick, and the boys on the bench know it could have been the first goal for the Phobians.
It could have been just, whiskers away from the Bechem United target. That was a good effort by Kakari. First time tried to allow that to hit the turf first, then managed to get a clean swipe at it. Fortunately, just couldn't hit the target. And Hearts of Oak are gradually building their momentum. After surviving that early scare, they're building gradually, and they do it with that passing, intricate passing, going short to the closest person.
Mensah, brilliant play from the left back. A bit of showboating, but it goes really well for him. Refi, Amponsa. That's risky from Amponsa, but Esibe gets it away for Hearts of Oak. Dalvin Yeboah is a poor effort coming in from the Bechem United midfielder, Emmanuel Seifa.
That's where Hearts of Oak needs to be very, very careful. We saw them give away a couple of balls, last Friday against 11 Wonders. And this time they could be fine because they're facing a team more stronger, sharper. Despite having managed just one goal in 3 games this season, they are still Bechem United. They still have, that tag around their neck as a team that will always be ruthless in front of their home fans. And I think Hearts of Oak should be careful. They don't want to build up from the back. They have the ball playing goalkeeper, ball playing centre backs, but then it's always risky if you choose to go down that lane.
Here is Arban. So Baba Mor Abdullahi. Esebi gets the ball away. And Okra with a beautiful touch, but the flag is up. It's offside against Frank Foster Sakite. He was on his bike before the flag went up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that the first offside in this game came, after the 14-minute mark, because Hearts of Oak are beginning, to build that confidence, and that is taking them upfield a bit, and that you can see, where the last line of defense is for the Phobians, and they need to be careful now, because now they are trying to play their own game, and that leaves spaces behind, which could be exploited by Bechem United.
Ransford Mensah to take the throw in for Hearts of Oak. Cross goes in, and Esedu was impeded by Hamza Issa. Good call from referee Collins Reginald Armour.
Yeah, Bechem had possession, but he just had to do it, give them some respite, allow them to regroup, try and go forward again. And that was a quality ball into the box at least. It rose too high above the heads of every single person there. It was just a goalkeeper who just grabbed that one.
Bechem United have lost against the champions, Gold Stars and Hearts of Lions, and they picked up the only point against Young Apostles at this venue. They want to really get back to winning ways, Bechem United, and get their season back on track. Aban goes in, he beats Esibe to it. Here is Aban, very skillful on the ball, but Amankwa unable to control, and has the book on the move now. Here is Martin Kakari for the Phobians. Hamza is making the run in between two centre backs. He decides to go to the top and find Prince Owusu. Here is Owusu. Swings in across, defended by Sanut. And Bechem take up matters. Emmanuel Seifa to Arban. Adam Sanut. Augustin Okra. Amankwa. Here's Afrani Mensah. Now Okra. It's a good through ball from Okra. Good play from Bechem United. Now here is Arban. Alban swings in the ball, but it goes straight to Benjamin Asari. It won't trouble Asari.
Not at all. I doubt that could, trouble Benjamin Asari with his pedigree and his status as a Black Stars #1. That was too feeble, but that was a good build-up by Bechem United. Slowly, but then accurately work their way into the box of Hartlepool. And at least once you get into the box, you just then don't turn the ball over. You rather try to aim, at a target, and that was what you did over there. George Parker, we've not really seen him in the game so far. Today he's played a bit out of position, in that number 10 role where he's being given the freedom to roam and, aid the attack. Today that role had rather been assigned to Amponsa, and we've also got to see the best of Amponsa so far. Perhaps there could be some tweaks, depending on how it pans out.
Afrani's ball in. Headed down by Augustin Afrani. His namesake here is Prince Owusu for Hearts of Oak. Rafael Amponsa switches to the right side. Was trying to find Martin Kakari, but it's a throw into Bechem United.
And too many wayward passes from the midfielders of Accra, especially Amponsa. 20 minutes into the game, and you just need to be as sharp as you can be. It was crucial intervals, demand crucial, moments and actions. And I don't think giving away too many balls will help them today. This will be a very, very difficult game for them. Even the coach admitted, and that's where decision making always becomes key.
Bechem United, they were hoping for a free kick, but the flag was already up for offside against Augustin Okra. He's yet to live up to it. In the opening 80 minutes of the game, he's expected to be the live wire of this team, Okra. He has a stand named after him here at the Nanafosujiabo Park in Bechem. He's such an icon here, Okran.
Yeah, I use the word legend. He's a legend here, and he's been revered by everyone. We just don't see it often to see a whole stadium have a stand named after a player who's still playing, not even after he's retired. It tells you, what he's achieved for this side, and a lot to be expected, from him in this particular game, especially in a game as huge as this.
Here is Baifi. He's lost possession to Dalvin Yaboa. Here is Sanud. Now Augustin Okra. He's got what it takes to deliver from here. Heavy touch from Okra. He knows too well. He should be doing better from that one, Okra. Judge Parko lays one looking for Prince Owusu. He comes up against Yahweh Champon. Here is Prince Owusu. Yahweh's approaching him. Owusu sends the cross in. It's headed away by Moro up the line. Here is Karim to Amponsa. It's a poor ball from Amponsa. He's giving away a lot of poor passes this afternoon, but here comes Martin Kakari. He goes for goal. No problems for Benjamin Isedi.
Yeah, another strike that wouldn't bother a goalkeeper. The tail of the first half so far, and I think both teams should really be up in, that final delivery.
Here is Sakite for Bechem now, Augustin Okra. He goes past Esibe with a right foot. That was on a weaker right foot. And Benjamin Asari is a lucky player. Lucky goalkeeper Okra didn't get it right. That should be a scoring range for Augustin Okra.
Exactly, and not long ago we saw Kakari hitting one, which landed safely in the hands of Siedu Kwesi. And this time is Okra again, and we're speaking about pressure being on him as the captain and also, an icon and a legend. Adanana Fosujabo Park, and he should be doing better. And, we've seen quality football, not in the attacking chain. In midfield, we've seen some good plays, series or sequence of action has really been top-notch, but I think the finishing, both sets of teams have had shots on target, but then we've not seen anything that we could say, have troubled either goalkeeper, and that's where the problem has been.
It's the best delivery. Flicked on by Paku. Here is Prince Pablo Wusu. He sends in a cross. Moro gets it away. Here comes Alban. But Baifi is first to the ball. Amankwa Baifi, good skill to go past Alban. Baifi sends in a cross. Prince Owusu, this should be the opening goal, but no. Hamza Issa makes a mess of a big opportunity to put the Phobians ahead. It's goalless after 21 minutes. Hearts of Oak drawing 0-0 with Bechem United at an Anafo Sujiabo.
That should have been a different narrative. It shouldn't have been goalless if Hamza should have managed to just keep that one down. Was a bit. He does well with the first touch. You know, he lands, he tries to hit that one on the volley. That would only sail wide, and Hearts of Oak showing promise now, showing a bit more quality. Hamza Issa to get at the back, you know, from the side, but I just think that ball a bit lower would have been a goal.
Here is Esibe. Abdul Karim is brought down. Oh, chance for Dalvin Yaboa, but the flag had already gone up for that infringement. It was a foul on the Hearts of Oak player, Abdul Karim.
Yeah, I'd say it was the right call by the referee, you know, to have awarded a free kick to Accra Hearts of Oak. Just look at that stats showing it was a bit more, you know, rigorous, if I should say, robust, you know, from the Bechem United midfielder. You know, trying to tackle that ball, trying to win it from Karim, but then, you know, going in an unfair manner. We've also spoken about Hearts of Oak losing possession in such dangerous areas, and at that point, if that ball had been won cleanly, it would have been trouble for the Phobians.
Esiedu, he's been put under pressure, but Adam Sanut will step up and allow the ball to roll out for a throw into the Hunters. Prince also, he's been seeing a lot of the balls in the last couple of minutes, but this effort is very awful from Prince Owusu. Per his own standards, this is awful.
Quite awkward. He takes a look at the stats, you know, of his boots, and I'm wondering if there's anything wrong with the stats of his boots, because, you know, trying to shoot from that range, at least it should be a bit downwards from Prince Owusu. He's not really been in, you know, his groove playing from the left-hand side of attack in this particular game.
Hearts of Oak has got injury concerns. Owusu was trying to pick out Paco, but Yawu Champon came in with a very harsh challenge, and it resulted in a minor injury to Paco, but he should be fine. George Paco, the former Accra Lions midfielder, settled in so well since joining from the relegated Accra Lions, noted for producing very fine talents. With their module of operations, they just pick up those young talents from the lower divisions, groom them, and make them available to the transfer market. And Paku just found his way into Hearts of Oak setup after Lions got relegated last season.
And every time there's a player down, especially for Hearts of Oak, you take a look at Didi Dramani's face, and he doesn't look like a happy man, because this season they really had some injury concerns. Esibe was missing, you know, in their last game. Muhammad Ali's time or comeback is not really definite. No one knows when he's coming after sustaining that ankle injury in their last game against 11 Wonders. Now Paku also gets, you know, a heavy hit over there, but it looks like he's fine. And for Hearts of Oak, they have the title in sight, and more injuries would be a crucial, huge setback for them. And I think that's why Didi Dramani is not really happy whenever a player goes down.
Benjamin Asari kept 2 clean sheets so far in the Premier League. Here's Alban. Kakari goes down from the challenge of Alban, free kick, a decision that Coach Boche is unhappy about.
Yes, and that's how you can detach emotions from it, because that was a clean, free kick there, was a clean foul after, Alban bumped into Martin Kakari. Martin Kakari did so well to put his body, in between Alban and the ball. And the only way Alban could have gotten rid of that danger is to have just fouled him.
Rafael Amponsa to take the free kick for Hatzabok. Amponsa to take the free kick. He goes low. Here's Kakari, swings one in the box. Headed away by a Champon. Here's Abdul Karim. He's having a good day against his former team, Abdul Karim. Now Mensah to Amponsa, surging forward with confidence, but not a good pass from Rafael Amponsa. He was aiming at Prince Owusu. It's a goal kick.
And those two players not combining effectively at the left-hand side. At least it was a promising ball, starting with, Abdul Karim finding Amponsa, who made that run into space, but he wasn't on the same wavelength with Prince Owusu, who made that run a bit too late. Just that ball was a bit overhit by Rafael Amponsa.
Approaching half-hour mark of the game, and it's no goals here at the Nanafu Sujia ball park in Bechem. Bechem as United aim for their first win of the season. Good play from Seifa. Now here is Alban looking for options. He was aiming at Okra, but it's clever play from Mensah. Asare, very confident, even under pressure. He does the same things he does every time without panicking.
He had to do that. He had to take one there, nearly running into trouble, but that's the mark of a confident goalkeeper, and he just had to take a bold position.
Here is Owusu picking up the ball from Hamza's pass. He goes for goal, but plenty of green shirts. He ends up as a goal kick.
I'm thinking Prince Owusu, should really be troubling Benjamin Asiru. He has the ability to create space, enough space to shoot from distance, but his efforts this afternoon hasn't really been pleasing, per his standards. And yes, he is gradually warming himself up as a phobia. I believe the fans will begin to love him if he should be hitting these bangers for them week in, week out.
Cooling break after some 30 minutes here at the Nanafu Sujia ball park in Bechem. Is the Hunters, Bechem United 0, Hatzabok 0. It's been a game that has not seen too many clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. Both teams are yet to create very decent scoring chances. And so it's fair to say it's been a balanced game, and it's open to any of the two teams to win.
Yeah, fairly balanced. That that 0-0 scoreline puts the game in a situation where the team that gets the first goal gets a huge advantage. And speaking about chances, we've not really seen too many good chances. At least maybe that one that fell, on the part of Hamza Issa, who could only blast wide. But I just think both teams have had their attackers or their strikers being isolated. Dalvin Yeboah looks isolated. He looks secluded from the game. So is Hamza Issa. And it's all about taking risk now. Would you want to commit more men forward? How do you get the ball to your attacker? Then it's up to him to do the finishing. But for now, it looks more like a 4-5-1 from both sides, especially from Hartlepool, where I told you Rafael Amponsa wouldn't be playing as your natural number 10. He would rather drop deeper, add numbers in midfield, because that's what Hartlepool would always look to do. Try to keep the sheets clean, and then also try to block all those passing lanes to prevent Bechem United from trying to penetrate.
It took Bechem United 55 minutes to score the first goal against the Phobians through Kofi Tompo last season at this venue, and we've hit 31. No goals so far. Yeah,
and that's where it gets frustrating. The only time they scored this season was on match day 1 against the defending champions of the Ghana Premier League, the Vieri Gold Stars. Since then, they've gone 180 straight minutes without scoring a goal. And those are worrying signs for any team that just wants to finish in a respectable position.
Asiedu coming under some kind of pressure after that untimely pass from a champion. Here is Sanut. Good play from the left back. He's replaced Francis Aqua really well. Aqua left to join Kotoko at the start of the season. He wasn't the only one. They lost the likes of Dari. They lost Seth Kojose as well. They've lost a couple of good players, Bechem United, in the last season. Esibe. Befi. Goes to the middle and finds Amponsa. He dummies and allows Afrani to pick it up. Hamza goes down from the challenge of Baba Moro Abdullah. The fans are unhappy, but referee thinks it's the right call.
Yeah, there was your contact made there, Baba, keeping close tabs on Hamza Issa, not allowing him any room at all, to turn on that occasion, and he got too close, and I believe that's where the referee felt it was just illegal, from Baba Musa. He's also been so good, pairing Yawi Champon in the heart of defense this afternoon for Bechem United. And for Desmond, he knows that even if he fails to score, he needs to keep a clean sheet at all costs. That would be a huge result, even if he is able to shut up shop this Accra Hearts of Bogota.
Free kick for Hasbako, has passed it into the many legs of Bechem United. Esibe tries to make a move, but it's played by Sanut. Good recovery from Beifi. Prince Kabna Owusu for Hatsabok. Operating from the left-hand side, he finds Beifi. Beifi to Ampon Kakari. Now Abdul Karim. Rafal Amponsa. Ransford Mensah. It's a very patient build-up from the Phobians. They are not forcing matters to penetrate the Bechem area, and here they've ended up giving away possession, throwing Bechem United.
And that's why it's always effective and, always a prudent decision to go shorter than longer, whenever you're trying to find the next available teammate. And we saw them string a couple of short passes, 10 to 15, in that build-up, and they decide to go longer. It's an awful one.
Here is Aban. Good ball to Sanut. Can he send a decent cross? Sanut swings in a cross, and Asari gets something on it. It's cleared away by Mensah, and Azawok finally clear away the danger that was threatening from Bechem United.
That was a good cross in there by Sanut from the left-hand side of attack. That was a sumptuous delivery, just begging for a touch, but Benjamin Asari, that height, that reach, always try to get his hands on it. At least just, kept that danger, and after making that save, still continues to be in some, agonizing pain there.
It's 35 minutes at the Nana Fosujiabo Park in Bechem. The Hunters of Bechem United 0, Hatsawok 0. It's the Ghana Premier League 2025-2026. Hatsawok in a season where they think it might just be the time to reclaim the Ghana Premier League title under Masoud Didi Dramani. He's coming with a lot of promise, and the Phobian fans are beginning to fall in love with his style of play, the mentality, and the overall performance of the Phobians. 3 games, 7 points. Impressive from the new gaffer.
Yeah, more than impressive. Perhaps you're looking at half of Lions' position on the league and you'll be like, yeah, maybe they should be at par with them, but it's still impressive nonetheless. They are yet to concede as well, and I believe that's the biggest one for them. Keeping clean sheets, still holding the home side in this game, at bay is just positive, and they might, just want to get won here. At least in the last 4 or 5 seasons, they've had some good games here. You look back and you believe we could just tap into one of these games, and it should serve as a motivation to them. But Benjamin Asari's injury now, and you're wondering who is more worried? Is it Coach Otuado or, Masoud Didi Dramani? Because you're looking at the fact that he would be joining the Black Stars in the next couple of days, and just hope he's fine.
Asare has a national assignment to fulfill. The Black Stars of Ghana are in 2 crucial World Cup qualifiers against the Comoros and the Central African Republic, and he remains Ghana's #1 goalkeeper. His fitness is a big deal for Ghana this afternoon.
Not for Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak are in action, and I doubt. Yeah, maybe Coach Otuado is watching on, from home or wherever he is, and he's like, no, this can't happen to my goalkeeper. Not at all, not this time. It's too crucial.
Frank Amankwa's delivery. Asari again comes out. He gets something on it. Here is Paco to Abdul Karim for Hearts of Oak. He wasted time, and there was a touch from Arban. He gets the throw in for Bechem Arban. He's very lively for them on the left-hand side of attack, Emmanuel Arban.
And he's playing for Bechem United, one of the top teams known for producing some of the best, wingers in the game. Talk about Avonyo, Clinton Dodu, Emmanuel Ano. These are top chaps who played from the wide areas, and he needs to carve a niche for himself in this team.
Sakite, Madame Ponsa gets the ball away. Only as far as Yahweh Champon. A Champon to the middle. And the ball goes all the way back from Seifa to Esiedu. Okra is interested, but Afani is first to the ball. Okra gets the advantage. Throw in Bechem United. There's a push on Dalvin Yabua by Opon Afani, but Dalvin Yabua doesn't get a foul. The assistant referee is asking for the throw-in to be retaken.
Yeah, I think Okra moved a couple of steps forward before, showing that one.
Okra with the cross, Aban with the header, but it goes wide and out for a goal kick. Promising play from Bechem United.
And for a moment, you have the fans here on your feet thinking that what was the goal that breaks the deadlock over here. Lovely lofted pass, and Emmanuel Ano tried to backpedal a bit.
George Paco. Sanut. Emmanuel Seifa looking for Dalvin Yaboa. Osei steps up for Azabok, and he clears the ball under pressure, throwing Bechem United. They've upped the tempo of their play in the last 2 minutes, and they are taking the game to Azabok, Bechem United.
Yeah, they are the home side. You don't have to relent. Just shows tenacity and courage, and that's what they are doing now. And it would be a great time for them to score the first goal of this game.
Throw-in taken quickly by Sanu. Here's Amankwa. Now Emmanuel Arban. He's up against Bepi. Good tackle. Bepi did well not to foul him. Arban swings in across. Afani Mensah. Ball is cleared by Rafael Amponsa for Hearts of Oak. Bechem United, they've been the better side in the last 5 minutes and went to the final 5 minutes of first half action. Sanut looking for Dalvin Yabua again. SCB steps up and clears the ball away. Another Bechem United throw in. Bechem have a corner. 5 more minutes before the break. Bechem United 0, Hearts of Oak 0. It's the opening game of match day 4 of the Ghana Premier League. Emmanuel Seifa to take the corner for Bechem. Seifa bends one to the far post, headed away by Kelvin Osei. Is another throw-in to Bechem United. Augustine Okra will take up that responsibility. Referee Reginald Collins Amwa has got a word for Salute and Prince Owusu. They were heckling each other and the referee spotted it. It's a long throw from Okra, headed by Amponsa. Chance for Bechem United, and the effort just goes over the bar from Dalvin Yeboah. Goal kick Hatzavok. Frank, that's the earlier effort. The ball gladly fell to the striker. He should be doing better from that range, Dalvin Yeboah. Hatzavok have another player down. We're into the final 3 minutes of first half action. It's Bechem nil, Hearts nil. It's Rafael Amponsa, the Hatzavok midfielder who has gone down, but he looks good and he's up on his feet for the Phobians. Ransford Mensah down the left, he sends in a cross. It's a chance for Hatzavok. Nope, good defending from Yahweh Champon. It was a foul on a Champon by Prince Owusu. It's a good call from the referee. Free kick for Bechem United. 43 minutes. 2 more minutes before the end of the first 45 minutes. Confirmation of a yellow card to the former Bibiani Gold Stars midfielder Frank Amankwa. Sakite. He's lost possession to George Parko. It's a foul on Parko, and Amankwa should be careful. He's already on a yellow card. The next time he does that, he might just take an early shower. Frank Amankwa, that was a needless challenge, but guess what? He had to take it for the team. Parko was just sprinting away, and it's a deliberate foul. Free kick, Hatzavok. Amankwa is claiming he went for the ball. Here is Yalbefi. Aban does well to get the ball, but Hatzavok holds on to possession. Abdul Karim. Amponsa. 2 runs for Mensah. Mensah goes past his marker. He finds Amponsa. They give away possession as Bechem United trying to turn defense into attack, but Osei Sube wins the ball at the expense of Okra. We're doing 3 minutes of added time. 45 minutes almost up. 3 additional minutes. Here is Hatzavok in possession. Beifi. Kakari. Back to Beifi. Beifi sends a cross to the far post. It's flicked away by Afrani Mensah. David Oponfrani. He's played in midfield and he's played in central defense for Hatzavok this season in the Premier League. He prefers to play in his favorite centre-back position. There's a lot of competition in that area. There's Baba Adamu from Golden Kick. There's Mohamed Ali from Vision FC. All of them competing for a slot in that central defensive role. Now George Parko. Abdul Karim. Rafael Amponsa is a good ball to Kakari. To Karim. Mensah, an opportunity to send in a cross. It's not a good one for Mensah. Here is Abdul Karim for Hatzavok. Tees up Mensah. It's an awful delivery. Very bad one from the man whose biggest asset is his ability to get good deliveries into enemy territory. This time he got it so wrong, Mensah. Karim did well to locate him in an attempt to find his strikers. He ended up blowing it over the bar. Emmanuel Seifa. Here is Augustin Okra, the former Al Merrick and Al Hilal player. Okra gives it away. Here is Abdul Karim for Hatzabok. Amponsa is trying to find Prince Owusu. Yahweh Champon. Good tackle from Yahweh Champon. He had to be at the right place at the right time. We're just about a minute to wrap up the first 45 minutes plus stoppage time. We're into the final seconds of the 3 additional minutes. Here is Prince Owusu for Bechem, and referee Collins Armour whistles because the flag was up for offside. Any moment from now, referee Collins Armour should be bringing the first half to an end, and there we go. That's the end of the first half here. And then enough for Sujiabo Park in Bechem. Hatzabok and Bechem United have not produced any goals, but it's been a very entertaining game. Hatzabok took charge of the game in the initial stages. Bechem United came in during the mid stages in the game, and in the final 5 minutes, they looked like the side on top of proceedings here at the Nana for Sujiabo. Half time, match day 4 of the Ghana Premier League. From the Nana for Sujiabo Park in Bechem. It's Bechem United 0, Hatzabok 0.
I want to watch the match.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
game here, and it's Bechem United goalless, Hearts of Oak also goalless. I have here with me Abdul Ghazali. He's the assistant coach for Accra Hearts of Oak. Coach Ghazali, a very good first half, compelling one, but what do you think you need to change heading into the next 45?
Well, with the first half, I think we have done well so far because our tactical plan was to come and find ourselves in the right spaces for the balls in behind the opponents, and then I think we have a problem with our final final line, which I think we are going to talk about it and then make sure that we get at least a goal or two, because we need to win this match, and we can only win when we look threatening in the opponent's defensive third. Unfortunately, we play well from our back line to the middle, but unfortunately, we are not finding ourselves in the right spaces at the final lines, and I think that is what we have to talk on. We just need to have somebody who will run in the half spaces for us to get the balls over there. Unfortunately, our two offensive midfielders are not doing it. Probably, I know in the second half we'll try to see how best we can get somebody to come in or somebody who can move into that space to get the right balls over there so that we can find ourselves with a goal.
Thank you very much, and wishing you all the best of luck for the second half. So that's the assistant coach for Accra Hearts of Oak, and he just says they need someone to be running into those spaces. I have here the assistant for Bechem United, Bright Anthony Kunedu. Bright, a very good first half for you guys, but it looks like Hearts of Oak are just dominating midfield. What are the changes or the tweaks you need to do at halftime?
Yes, I think so. Hearts of Oak, starting from the league, from the first day of kickoff, they've had a good midfield. Same to us, but it's quite unfortunate we're having one or two injuries at our camp. And one of our guys is back. So we want to change the tactics and then see what happens in the second half.
Thank you very much for your time. So that is also Bright Kunedu, the assistant coach of Bechem United. It's been a compelling game, a very, very difficult one for both sides. The best chance of this game falling to Hamza Issa of Accra Hearts of Oak. He had a glorious chance to put the Phobians ahead, but unfortunately, he just miskicked that one, which means that the game, after 45 minutes, still remained barren here at the Nana Fosu Jabor Park. It's the first game of match day 4 of the 2025-26 Ghana Premier League season, and it's Bechem United hosting Accra Hearts of Oak. I'm still here at pitchside with Michael Akomia Jenfi. Michael, welcome back.
Yes, thank you, Josiah.
You enjoyed the first half?
Definitely, as expected. I said it's going to be goalless draw in the first half. I think the most important thing for Bechem United was to prevent Hearts of Oak from getting an early goal. The last 2 goals from Hearts of Oak in the first 3 matches of the Ghana Premier League have actually come in the first half. The 14th minute, and you look at maybe the 10th minute in and around that area. So meaning they start on a very good note, and they believe in themselves that they have a very compact defense. So 1-0 into the halftime, you stretch them, you press them, you create chances against them, but they believe they can weather any storm that comes up against them. And that is the reason why they have 7 points out of possible 9, and they've been able to keep 3 clean sheets out of 3 games.
But we are looking at Bechem United and how the number and the quality of chances they've created this afternoon. And it looks like since match day 1, they've scored just once. And they are not adding any bite up front. What do they need to change going forward?
I think when they have the ball, the way they set up, they don't commit enough men into Hearts of Oak's half. They start in possession with a 3-2 shape, where you see the likes of Aminu and Co. trying to combine and make sure that the back line, they are going to keep a clean sheet and make sure that the double pivot of Frank Amankwa and Emmanuel Sefa will work magic for them in terms of complementing the attacking quartets that they have up front. But that is not really working for them. I think Emmanuel Sefa should get on the ball more times. He's technically good. He's finding the right spaces to put the right passes. He's getting into the right positions to influence the game. I just realized he just completed senior high school. Wow. And he's playing against Accra House of Folk, dominating the midfield. And this is his first start for Bechem United this season. And you could understand that he's doing so well in the middle of the park, but it's just the cutting edge and the needed experience that will help him create chances for the quartet up front.
All right, but for Hearts of Oak, we saw the 4-4-2 setup, and right after the game started, Rafael Mponsa had to drop deeper into midfield. Now we are seeing Kakari at right wing, and then also Prince Owusu at left wing. What do they need to do to feed Hamza Issa, because he looks a bit isolated?
I think Hearts of Oak will need to move the ball faster. they will need to combine a lot of more 1-2s in possession. I think that is really going to help them. They keep so much long in possession, trying to kick the ball around. I know they want to be patient. They want to be confident enough, and they believe they have nothing to lose today. So they need to be relaxed. This is an away game. 1 point and they'll be fine. But I think they'll need to move the ball faster, and I think they'll get a chance and get a goal.
And if you're Coach Desmond, what are you thinking of doing? What's the pep talk going to be?
I think I'll ask my boys to move in a 3-1-6 possession. Or maybe when they have the ball, move in a 3-1-6 positions where you have only one defensive midfielder, commit 6 men into attack. That means Frank Amankwa will need to sit just in front of the 3 centre-backs whenever they have the ball. Then Emmanuel Sefa can join into the attack due to his creativity and technical ability. I believe when he joins the attack, he's going to be the brightest spark to create the chances.
Friday kickoff at the Nana Fosu Jabo Park. It's 0-0 between Bechem United and then also Accra Hearts of Oak. We head to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
I want to watch the match.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
Yes. Park here in Bechem. Bechem United up against Hearts of Oak. First half, failed to produce goals. We are back from recess, and these two teams will be aiming to get the final balls into the various areas where they can hurt each other. But in the last 5 minutes, it was Bechem United who showed their intentions of making this work for them at this venue.
Into second half, just knocking at the doors of Accra as we were hoping that they could at least break that long drought of not scoring in the Ghana Premier League that dates back to match day 1 away at the Dance Park. But for Hartlepool, I spoke to the assistant coach Abdul Ghazali. He speaks about the fact that they are not attacking the half spaces enough. They need more runners, they need more ball jugglers, they need players to create 1v1 situations. Kakari, hasn't really been himself in this game. You talk about Prince Pablo, he has also been isolated a bit, to the left-hand side, and he tries to check in onto the right foot, but then it doesn't really seem to work for him. So for Hartlepool, they've been solid in defense. It's been, they've been impeccable in defense. In midfield, it's been great as well, having the likes of Abdul Karim and then also Rafael Amponsa. But then what matters the most is putting the ball at the back of the net, and that's what they've failed to do. And they are hoping that perhaps this pep talk within the last 15 minutes could change something for them in this game.
Well, Hearts of Oak yet to lose in this season's Premier League, and Bechem United yet to win in this season's Premier League. Now emerging out of the tunnel, the home side, Bechem United. In the last 5 games against Hearts of Oak at this venue, Bechem United have won 2 times, Hearts of Oak have won 2 times, and 1 has ended in a draw. In the 2020-21 season, Hearts of Oak beat Bechem United 1-0 here. In the 2021-22 season, they drew 1-1 at this venue. In the 2022-23 season, Bechem beat Hearts of Oak 1-0. And 2 seasons ago, on the last day of the Premier League, Hearts of Oak needed maximum points to survive relegation, and they beat Bechem United by 3 goals to 2 at this venue. And last season, Kofi Tompo's 55th minute strike was enough to hand the Hunters maximum points. In the sit meeting between the 2 sides in the last 5 seasons, half time, no goals to the 2 sides.
Yeah, the records, a bit more identical. You're looking at the fact that both teams on this grounds at the Nana Fosu Jabo Park have won 2 apiece and 1 ending in a stalemate. It tells you that Hearts of Oak also have got some energy. It's not the most daunting or hostile grounds for them in the last 5 years when they come here, because I remember, they've come here a couple of times. In that season, they won the league with Samuel Weru at the helm. They came here to win. They defied all the odds to do it, and they showed title ambitions in that season, and that's what you need to do. It's early days, in the season. 4th game out of 34, but then you still need to show some character. You need to show some ambition, and they'll be hoping that at least they could be on the winning side yet again here in Bechem.
Radio stations now. They say commentary.
Waiting for the commencement of the second half. Masoud Didi Dramani aiming for his 3rd straight win of the season. Next stop for the Phobians is the real deal in the Ghana Premier League. They're up against their rivals, Asante Kotoko. That game comes up somewhere on the 9th. On the 9th week, because there were changes from the Ghana Football Association following the Black Stars game at the Accra Sports Stadium. So the original date of that fixture between the two has been rescheduled, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. And that means they'll be playing against Heart of Lions on match day 5.
They play against Heart of Lions on match day 5.
Big game for them.
Asari's delivery in at the start of the second half. Foster Sakite unable to control it. Abdul Karim Bayfi. Good play from Abdul Karim. And Ponsan's pass went in too early, and Bechem United are in possession. Has other player down, but they wouldn't mind. Here is Arban. Switches to Foster Sakite. Referee whistles because as a look of a player down, he needs to be attended to. The homeboy, Abdul Karim, the former Bechem United player, who's gone down. He was talking tough ahead of this game, excited. He was coming back home to play before his hometown folks. And here, after 46 minutes, the midfielder has gone down and he will need some treatment from the Azabuk medical team.
And you're hoping that would be, minimal contact there, but there's been, a signal there from the physio saying that there needs to be a substitution, and that could be a big blow, a huge one to Masoud Didi Dramani and his charges. He's been their playmaker all afternoon. He's controlled the tempo of the game. He's been calm on the ball, so difficult to dispossess, and losing him to injury wouldn't be a good thing for Azabuk. Despite the fact that it's just 4 weeks into the league season. Earlier on, we spoke about the fact that, they've already had some injury concerns this season. Mohamed Ali is on the sidelines, he's not back. Isibe faced his is back. Baba Demu, whom they signed from Golden Cape, also, luckily for him, he sustained an injury during preseason and he managed to get back. So lots of injury concerns already, and, having more players wouldn't help.
Azabuk will be effecting their first substitution. They'll be bringing on Asma for Abdul Karim. It doesn't look likely he's going to return to the game. Baba. Now, Arban. It's a lovely drive. Brilliant save from Benjamin Asari. And that was a belter from Arban from a distance. It's a corner for Bechem United.
That was a vicious hit from Arban, very direct. Asari never expected that.
So confirmation of the substitution. Asma in for Abdul Karim. It's a like-for-like substitution, but it's an injury-forced substitution. I'm not sure Didi Dramani had planned to make this substitution. In the meantime, Bechem United have a corner, and Okra takes it to the near post, away by Paku. Here is Augustin Okra once again. This time he dinks it in. Chance for Baba, chance for Bechem United. And this is a big chance that should be going in. But they're unable to make it count. It was from the centre-back, Yahweh Champon.
That's the tempo you'd always want in a game like this. We've seen this game lose its tempo, the pace and all that, but just the right way for both teams to start the second half after that drive from Arban from about 30 yards out, and all of a sudden the confidence of Bechem United looks to be elevated.
Four minutes into second half action. Bechem nil, Hearts nil. Aban, he's been the brightest spot for this Bechem United team this afternoon. Good play from Afrani Mensah. Up the tempo of the game in the second half of Bechem United.
Yeah, the pressure continues creeping, especially from the stands, where the fans are hearing their numbers to what their team played for the second time this season. And that's sometimes what the pep talk is about. It's just the pressure weighing on your shoulders.
Also Kwabna. Amankwa.
Yeah, And Paco getting himself sent into the referee's books. Quite unusual. He's not a player you'd say would always launch into a tackle, but that was a bit late. You know, just catching Amanko a bit late there.
Confirmation of a yellow card to George Paco. Darwin Yeboah has been very quiet in the game. Sanut. Here's Aban. Clearance under pressure. That was from Kakari. Baba Moro Abdullahi. It's a good ball to Sanut. He goes down from the challenge of Amanko Abefi, and it's a fair challenge, no foul in there. It's still Bechem United. Here is Aban. Chance, good defending from Esibe. Sanut. Now Aban. There's a wayward delivery on his weakened left foot, aiming at Sakite. Good skill from Sakite. He wins the foul, and it's a needless challenge from Prince Kwabena Owusu. Free kick, Bechem United.
Yeah, also sweet, lovely skill there by, Foster right there. That was a terrible ball across there, and you could see Foster racing down the line to get that one, and Prince just try putting his body in between Foster, Sakite, and then also the ball. And halftime pep talks sometimes do work, because we are seeing a reinvigorated Bechem United side with so much energy, tempo raised, confidence a bit high now.
Okra to take the free kick for Bechem United. 53 minutes. The Hunters aiming for the first goal here. Okra to the far post. Asari again is up to it. Sanut! Straight to Benjamin Asari. They call him Mr. Clean Sheet Asari.
Yeah, and that's a sort of assurance, that level,
Bechem United are not relenting. Here's Emmanuel Seifa. Disappointing delivery from Seifa.
And some respect for the Phobians now. They can regroup and try, to work things out. But that was a delivery into the box. Pinpoint. Asai will get his hands onto it. Kakari fails to deal with that one, and forced to Sanu, who hits that one right before dropping it. Benjamin Asari always, has his awareness level very, very high. And we've seen Bechem United do this when the game started, but unfortunately, we're so tight at the back end. Already you could feel that the substitution done by Hartevok is really telling Abdul Karim, and there looks to be space in midfield.
Great save, Asari. No problems for the Hartevok goalie. Here is Amponsa. It's a good ball on the right side to pick out Kakari. He was quiet in the first half, but by his own standard, that was a very lousy pass from Kakari. It's Bechem United on the move. It's Augustin Okra, but Opar Frani arrives first and finds Asari, who locates Mensah. Augustin Afrani Mensah to Esiedu. Bold enough to take that risk, Esiedu. Good play from Baba. Referee whistles for an infringement. Bechem United gets the advantage here. There's the left back. Mensah has gone down. You look at the other book bench, and the only player who could possibly replace the injured Mensah Kobe, Baba Adamu, and in that manner, they are going to tweak formation to play in a back three. Kofi Tompo comes in for Foster Sakite, and it was Kofi's goal that handed Bechem United maximum points last season when they beat Hazleburg by 1-0 here at this venue. Is Kofi Tompo going to be second season lucky to score against the Phobians? Only time will tell.
Most definitely, and he comes in with that in mind, perhaps knowing that he scored against the side right here before these fans. He knows there's a possibility he could do that. Just needs to show some quality in the game. It's been difficult for both sets of attackers, but once you come in, fresh names, fresh energy, they'll be counting on you.
Here is Sanut. Good interception from Yao Beifi, but the flag had already gone up. Was it offside or the final ball came off Sanut?
I think it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. Final ball coming off Sanut, who was trying to, just send one into the box, and that forced substitution for Hazleburg in the last 10 minutes has really not done them so much good. And you'd be thinking perhaps there could be more, because they've lost the balance now, and the midfield looks a bit, non-existent for now, because you have Rafael Aponsa, and then also you have Paku. Paku is not your natural central midfielder, so that becomes a problem because physicality a bit from the very first, and that's how they've been able to dominate the midfield areas. But you're expecting that Asma would also add something, at least one more presence in midfield for them, because that three-man midfield for now, since Abdul Karim was substituted, hasn't really worked.
Miscommunication. Both sets of players not getting their communication right.
Yeah, for Asma, he just didn't want to take a touch before, finding his teammate in an advanced position. He was thinking, playing that would actually save them time and expedite the attacking action. And that's why he hit that one the first time of asking, but it turned out to be the wrong option he chose there.
Good movement from Bechem United's Emmanuel Seifa. Here's Aban, but Hazleburg defend their lines well. Good tracking back from Asma. Here's Asma. Martin Kakari, expected to be that creative spark in this Hazleburg team, but we're yet to see him do that. Amponsa to Mensah. He's got Kwabna Owusu on his left. He hangs on and finds Owusu. Owusu sends a cross in. Away by Sanut. Controlled well by Kofi Tompo. But if he takes possession legitimately, here is Mensah. Now Kofi Tompo break away for Bechem. Amponsa does so to win it. Tries to find Mensah, who gets to the far side, but he can't get to Kakari.
No, there was no way that ball would have got into Kakari, and Hazleburg now need to, just double up whatever they are doing up front. I don't see them committing too many men forward, but they just need to add a bit more. And to the surprise and dismay of the Hazleburg fans, that would rather be a foul to Bechem United.
Half an hour more to go. 60 minutes. Friday kickoff in the Ghana Premier League. Bechem United, Neil Hartsfield, George Paku, and Prince Owusu are going off for Baba Adamu, the former Golden Kick centre-back, and Frank Duku, who had a very good pre-season and was expected to lead the lines for the Phobians when the new season begins. but it's the main man, Hamza Issa, who has been relied upon by coach Masoud Didi Dramani. But this is an opportunity for Duku to prove that he's good enough to be starting games for the Phobians.
Yeah, exactly. And also not just for him, but then there will be a shift of formation there because Afrani can really slot into the DM role. Adamu pairs Kelvin Osesibe, and Duku will also be pairing, Hamza Issa up front. And it's a new setup.
Tompo's delivery. A Champon unable to sort his feet out. Cleared by Mensah. Only as far as Arban. Tompo. Duku can't make a first impression as Bechem United get the advantage again.
Yeah, they're under siege now, hard to hope. They are not allowed to string their passes, and Bechem United making it so uncomfortable for them now.
Not a bad effort from a distance from a Champon. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, another good hit by the centre back, and that's what sometimes coaches want from their centre backs, and that's how they get their goals. Adding those headed goals as well. Sometimes you might be lucky to just hit that one on target, but with the right energy, the right power, and then also the right technique. On that occasion, it was a good drive from Yawi Champo, at least trying to test his luck from that distance.
Looked like a handball against Augustin Okra. It's a good call, fair decision. Augustin Okra handled the ball, trying to claim innocence. No questions about that, Okra.
Not at all. He just knew once the whistle was blown, he knew.
Afrani Mensah makes a mistake. Here is Ransford Mensah. Now Baba wants to make an early impression, but it's a wayward ball from Baba Adamu.
He shouldn't be hitting such balls. Baba Adamu just came on in.
Augustin Okra goes past Adamu, trying to set up Delphi Yaboa Osesibe with a very timely clearance away for Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, it's just entertaining. CSB just do what he loves to do best. He's also been a reformed player under Didi Dramani. He's always the fans' favorite, but then he's been known for losing concentration at crucial moments.
Here is Amankwa Arban, Frank Amankwa. Amankwa played for Kemfaizo, moved to the BNI Gold Stars and was released at the end of the season when Gold Stars won the top flight. Here is Adamu. Good ball to find Amponsa. Amponsa has given away possession. Kofi Tompo can find Dalvin Yaboa. Ball had already gone outside. Is a throw into Bechem United.
And with just some 26 minutes to go, it's even more difficult to tell where this game could end up. Looking at how both teams are playing currently, they defended gallantly, giving away very few chances, or not so many clear-cut chances to Bechem United. And for Bechem United, they've been the home side with fans right behind them. They've shown ambition at times, but it's just not been enough to get them on the board for the second time this season.
Yao Beifi. Here is Duku. Duku scored twice against Kotoko on the final day of last season's Premier League when he was playing for Vision FC. In the preseason with Hasselhoff, he showed glimpses of his quality, but he's yet to prove that in the season that has just begun and we're into the 4th week now.
Yeah, if you just, watch how he plays, he's not...
Here is Augustin Okra. Dalvin Yaboa can't control. He's been beaten to it. Hamza Issa has been lost in the second half, Hamza. Now Amponsa. Bayfi down the right side for the Forbians. Wants options in midfield. Here is Rafael Amponsa. He does want to find Hamza Isa. Here is Hamza. Plays the 1-2 with Kakari. Good play from Azabok. Hamza is straight to Esiedu.
Good build-up. Lovely link-up play there. Hamza combining with Kakari, to get Hazard another shot on target in this game. And just look at how he does so well. That Kakari gets a bit closer, more central this time for me. The return ball, and it was good. No interception by Franny Mensah to at least distract Hamza a bit. Take off that comfort, or take away that comfort in hitting that ball cleanly towards the goalkeeper.
Good play from Kofi Tompo. Now Arban, faulty pass. Here is Mensah for Hartsavok. Surges forward and gets to locate Hamza, but is taken away from him. Okra beaten to it by the strength of Adamu. Bechem United's attack have really no trouble there as they work backline in the second half. Isibe, and even before his exit, Karim trying to shield the back four, did not get any pressure until he got injured and went off. So for Afrani, Isibe, and Adamu, they might just be on some holiday, but it will take against Nokra a moment of brilliance to get them awake.
Yeah, and there's a side that are yet to concede.
Kakari, Asma, a decent effort from Asma. Goal kick.
That's a terrific hit. No, terrific one from Asma on the volley. It's good technique. Applied so much finesse and just so wide. And you're talking about that Hartlepool back line and the kind of cover they received when Abdul Karim was playing. And now he's not in the lineup, and they've switched to the 5-back system.
Chance for Bechem United. It's a corner. Aban is causing a lot of problems for the other defense. He's been a standout performer in this afternoon's game. Aban, brilliant player by all standards. Corner for Bechem United.
They are getting closer and closer. He jumps his shoulder there, checks onto his right foot, and for that interception, timely one by Okwa Frani.
Aban's corner. Hazard have the taller players in there, in Afrani and Adamu. Augustin Afrani Mensah switches to Aban. Aban, Asma can't control, it's still Bechem in possession. Now Yawi Champon up against Asma. Shows great desire, a Champon goes down. Bechem has got the advantage. And Didi Draman is livid with the decision of the referee.
Yeah, you'd be thinking that Achampong caught, they had a full player with his elbow there for a moment, but that was Aspa. Trying to challenge Achampong for it, and it gets a bit feisty at this point. And just look at that, as he tries to turn, and that was the right call. You'd be thinking, even Achampong was like, he was wondering if that call had gone to him or not, because he knows that there was a bit of a tussle there to just win that ball.
We are approaching 70 minutes. Hartsobok and Bechem United drawing goalless here at the Nana Fosujiabu Park in Bechem. 70 minutes on the dot. No goals.
No goals, and that's the only thing now you could say this game has been missing since the game started. We've seen some fairly good moments from both sides. Moment of quality, sometimes quality do or the quality does drop, at certain moments. But Hearts of Oak have been known this season for keeping clean sheets. Bechem United have been known for not winning games or even scoring goals. And, it looks like one is really going in favour of Hearts of Oak. But for Bechem United, they really need to dig deep.
Bechem United have a free kick. Augustin Okra delivers, and Asari collects it coolly.
How calmer can he be, Benjamin Asari? And, you see most of these shots aiming or directed towards him, and you'd be thinking how he deals with it. But whenever he gets there, it looks like there's no power even behind that ball. And that's Safrani and Dalvin Yeboah coming together on that occasion.
Bechem United surging forward. Here is Aban Esibe. Good stop from the centre back. Clever defending. Very difficult to beat on a 1v1 situation. Ose Esibe. Asma gives away possession. Here is Amankwa. Tompo. Here is Kofi. Lovely play from Kofi Tompo. He put one on the left for Aban. Here is Bechem United pushing for the opener on 71 minutes. Sanout's cross cleared away by Amponsa. Frank Amankwa heads the ball down to Baba Moro Abdullahi. Again, it's Afrani who gets the ball away. It's Okra, stopped by Adamu. Now Martin Kakari, he wants to take the initiative. This is certainly a foul. And Frank Amankwa should be lucky. Another yellow card, and he's going to get an early shower. He's already on a yellow card, Frank Amankwa.
Needs to be careful, but that was brave, play by Martin Kakari. And that's what you need sometimes if you want to break away from pressure. And he does so well. He knew there were players tailing him there. He decides to put his body behind that ball a bit. And he knew Frank Amankwa would just impede him. He knew so well. And injury concerns again this time around.
He's been very physical in his battles this afternoon, Frank Amankwa, the former Bibiani Gold Stars and Kim Faisal midfielder. He used to play for Techiman 11 Wonders under Ignacio Sosei-Fosu, the current assistant coach of the Sudanese national team, when he was at the helm in Techiman a couple of seasons ago. He comes in with a lot of experience in the Ghanaian top flight, Frank Amankwa. No wonder he slotted in as a starter in this Bechem United team that lost some great midfielders in the last couple of seasons. They've lost Kojo Sei to Kotoko. They've lost Francis Chene to Gold Stars. They've also lost Abdul Karim, who is playing against them this afternoon. So they had to reinforce, and Amankwa is doing a perfect job in that midfield.
Yeah, and together with his midfield partner, Emmanuel Sifa, such a young lad. And you talk about experience on the other side, and sometimes you need that raw, boisterous young boy or lad in front of you. But that was that earlier chance there from, Asma. Hits that on the volley cleanly.
Baba Adamu's ball in. Bab Moro Abdullah heads it down. Here's Frank Amankwa. Lovely touch. Dalvin Yeboah. He goes down. Esibe will be penalized if the referee sees what I just saw. It was unnecessary and too physical. It's Rafael Amponsan who has gone down. But Osei Esibe will be the luckier of the two if the referee decides not to flash any card.
And he flees the scene. He just knew the referee had other things to attend to, and that's why he's very, very fortunate that the referee isn't looking at that particular situation again.
Former Sante Kotoko midfielder Rocky Jamina expected to come in for the Phobians alongside the hero from last week's game against 11 Wonders in Okesubontin.
Got so much depth, so much quality as well for Hearts of Oak.
Esibe, referee whistles, Bechem have a player down. The fans had to scream of that decision to waive play on until the referee decided to revisit the situation.
Yeah, a couple of seconds ago, we were talking about the fact that he was lucky to have escaped, the referee's card. And all of a sudden, he's in the midst of, all these reckless and combative plays here. Calvin Osei-Sibe. And we've spoken about the fact that since the acquisition of Mohamed Ali, he's been calmer. And, they play alike, knowing that they are centre-back or defensive partners. But, in this game, perhaps that's what they need. It's been a very, very hectic game for them. It's been very, very challenging and tiring for them. And sometimes you just need to add that to your game to scale of attackers.
Confirmation of the substitutions. Hamza Issa and Martin Kakari will go off for Rocky Dramina and Enoch Esubontin. Esubontin scored the only goal for the Phobians last weekend when they beat 11 Wonders at the Accra Sports Stadium. He gets an opportunity to impress once again. He started in that game last week, but comes off the bench in this afternoon's game here in Bechem.
Yeah, and that tells you the quality they have, Accra Hearts of Oak. You don't go into one game, put in the man who got you the most important goal in your previous game, who also started in that game on the bench, and perhaps it was just due to the tactics Masoud Dili Dramani had wanted to deploy today, but he still adds quality to the setup. Barely some 15 minutes to play. You'd always want to count on him, and then also Rocky Dramina, who has played for Kumasi Sante Kotoko before. He's also played such high-profile games before, and he shouldn't be fazed by the crowd here.
Frank Kamankwa was trying to pick out Aban. Referee whistles because Hazlewood's Ransford Mensah is down. He will need some medical attention.
It looks to be an off-the-ball incident between himself and then also Franny Mensah. Franny showing an elbow there, a bit extended. And these two players went up to win that aerial draw. It looks like Ransford Mensah might not be able to continue. And again, another injury concern for Masoud Dili Dramani, who's checking up on Mensah to see if he's fine.
A champions head our way. Two players colliding and both coming up worse. I've seen Asma and I've seen Baba. Moro Abdullahi, the centre-back of Bechem United. And good sportsmanship displayed by Afrani and a champion helping the other player up on his feet, Asma.
Yeah, Zali, that was also a good call by the referee. Asma, moved a bit higher up. He just caught Baba on the face. Yeah, good sportsmanship, but then time is also running out for the home side. I think they just need to get, play going as quick as possible for them to try and get the winner in this game. Don't often see too many goals from these two sides whenever they meet.
Sanout can't get to Seifa. Aban trying to find Dalvin Yaboa. Yaboa has not been that man Bechem United wanted to rely on for the goal this afternoon. Good play from Tompo, brilliant play. He finds Afani Mensah, but he can't get in across. Ransford Mensah. 80 minutes in Bechem. Friday kickoff, Ghana Premier League, match day 4. Bechem United 0, Hearts of Oak 0. It's Hearts on the offensive. Kofi Asma beaten to it by Baba. Clever defending from the Bechem centre-back.
Yeah, good defended. Though his awareness and reading of the game at that point was just excellent. He had to sprint a bit faster. Got into that space, won the ball and drew the foul to set Bechem United up on that attack.
Emmanuel Seifa, lovely skill, goes for goal. It's a good clearance from Osei Sebe. This is masterclass defending from Sebe. The manner in which he volleyed the ball away from that drive, brilliant play from Sebe.
Yeah, like a pitch, and then trying to connect to the pitch as a batter. But then that was lovely skill from Seifa.
Chance for Bechem United. Has the ball clear, the lines well again. Yahweh Champon, 81 minutes. Bechem still aiming for the opening goal. Afani Mensah's delivery. Nobody's connecting for Bechem United. It falls to Sanut Adams. Sanut finds Kofi Tompo. Kofi can't go past Mensah. Rafael Amponsa. Fouled by Emmanuel Seifa. He wanted the foul and he got it.
Yeah, he wanted it. It was a smart play by Rafael Amponsa. He was just calling for it. He was waiting for it because he knew his opponent was going to commit. And, they've been under pressure in the last 5 minutes or so. And you just need some respite. You just need some breathing space. And that's how you get it. You need experienced players sometimes down the stretch to win such fouls for you. So you can just take a breather and hope to, launch an attack again. And that's what Rafael Amponsa gave to Artebo at that point.
We're 8 minutes away from 90. No goals in Bechem. Seifa on the move. Now Arban. Bechem threading the Phobians. It's the first effort. Taking a deflection for a corner. They're on heat, Bechem United.
Yeah, they are just turning the heat on now on Accra Hearts of Oak, and Hearts of Oak can feel it. Even the fans have gone from being loud to quiet in the space of minutes because Bechem United are asking the questions of the Hearts of Oak defense, and they need to stay on top to provide answers.
Bechem United with a corner. Augustine Okra. Again, it's Benjamin Asare up to the task. And now that's some brave goalkeeping from Benjamin Asari.
He gives them that sense of calmness and assurance at the back whenever he's there. Earlier on, we saw that intervention by Kelvin Osei, but you think even if he had gone past him, definitely there's someone behind who would have a magical save, and that's what he brings to the side.
Seifa blocked by Mensah. Here is Ransford Mensah, he's lost it. Kofi Tompo, he's brought some energy and some flair in the Bechem United midfield since his introduction. He's been awesome. Lovely skill from Tompo.
He's changed everything for them since coming on.
Absolutely. Now Asma. Duku to Mensah. Puts one through, looking for the run of Esubonten. But Bechem United defends well.
Yeah, they do. And Hearts of Oak are not running. It looks like they enjoy defending rather than throwing more men forward to get themselves a win here.
Sanut. Tompo. Trying to be a bit stylish with that pass. 85 minutes. here in Bechem. It's Bechem United 0, Hartlepool 0. Match day 4 of the Ghana Premier League. We're into the final 5 minutes of this big clash here in the Ahafo region of Ghana. The Hunters are still hunting for their first 3 points of the season. It's not looking good for them. They have 4 more minutes to pick up their first win of the season, Bechem United. And Bechem United are preparing for a triple substitution. They are bringing on 3 players in the last 4 minutes of the game. That tells you how desperate they are to pick up maximum points in this game. Here is Amponsan. He's lost it to Afrani Mensah. Good play from the right back. Surging forward in confidence. And Bechem have a free kick. Dalvin Yeboah trying to find Okra. Good play from Augustin Okra, twisting and turning and looking for space. And now he dinks one in. Chance for Bechem, but has the ball cleared away by Rocky Jamina. Now Sanut to Arban. Good movement from Arban. Stopped by Osei Sibe. Now Rocky Jamina will take over for Hartlepool. Baba Moro Abdullahi. Foul for Bechem United. It took Reginald Collins Amwa a few seconds before whistling for that decision. Something that a champion is not happy about. Our next coverage of the Ghana Premier League will be in Swedro tomorrow when All Blacks play against the defending champions, the Vienna Gold Stars. Then on Sunday, we'll bring to you Super Sunday as Kotoko come up against Hearts of Lions. All games live on this channel. Here is a champion. Now Dalvin Yeboah to Seifa. Good play. Seifa is a former player of Rainmasters Football Club, joined at the start of the season. So 3 substitutions to be effected by Coach Bochwe. That's the earlier incident that took Rafal Amponsa down.
Emmanuel Abba, out.
Samuel Okine is going in for Emmanuel Aban. He had a brilliant game, Aban. Dalvin Yeboah is also going off for Raymond Ajiman. And then finally, Adam Sanut comes in for Emmanuel Ampia. There will be no playing time for Aminu Mohamed, the former Manchester City Wizkid. He wants to relaunch his career with the Ghana Premier League on the ticket of Bechem United. But unfortunately, he doesn't get any playing time against Hasabok Aminu Mohamed. He's on the bench for Bechem United. We're doing 3 minutes of additional time. 90 minutes up already here in Bechem. Here is Baba Abdullahi. He clears the ball out of danger. Amponsan, good turn from Amponsan. Now Estebonten wants to go for goal, and Rocky Jomna tries the spectacular. It doesn't work. So that's the confirmation of the other time. Initially, the board showed 3, and now it's gone up to 5. So Emmanuel Seifa has emerged as the most valuable player, but I'm thinking Alban has had a much better game than Seifa. Here is a champion. Bechem United racing against time to get the opening goal that could ultimately be the winning goal to hand them their first 3 points of the season. But Hazabok have got more men behind the ball. They want to defend. It's very clear that Hazabok will be satisfied with a draw from Bechem. Here is Kofi Tompo, Augustin Okra, Frank Amankwa, Alban, Seifa. Alban is already off. Now Tompo. It's a lovely ball from Tompo, but again it's Kelvin Osei-Sibe who gets the ball away for the Phobians. He's a tough customer in defense. Kelvin Osei-Sibe, if he's in his elements, he's top class. Augustin Okra wanted to squeeze one through for Raymond Arjiman. Bechem United's Baba Moro Abdullahi has gone down, but he knows too well that time is not on his side, and so Baba quickly gets up to get things going for Bechem United. Went to the final 2.5 minutes of stoppage time and has the walking possession. Kwesi Asma wants to hang on and buy some time. It's still Asma. Afrani Mensah for Bechem United. So Raymond Arjiman. Now Yahweh Champon. Samuel Okine. Samuel Okine, one of those new players brought in from Ebusua Dwarfs at the start of the season. Here's Amankwa. Okine just can penetrate the Hazabok back line. Okine, good movement from Samuel Okine, but he can get to Arjiman. Frank Amankwa in possession. Kofi Tompo. Now Seifa looking for the movement of Afrani Mensah, but is well defended by Ransford Mensah. As referees whistle goal for a Hazabok breather, the Phobians can figure out how to end the game now by not conceding. So clearly Mensah was pulling his namesake Ransford Mensah back. Rocky Jomna with an audacious effort trying to catch the goalkeeper by surprise, but it's gone out for a goal kick. That's the final whistle. Bechem United have failed to win for the second game at home and the fourth consecutive game in the season. 2 draws, 2 defeats, and for the Phobians, it's an away point, and they go 8 points from 4 games in the Premier League. It's been a very competitive fixture between these two. And to be fair, Bechem United were the better side in the second half. But the Phobians were resolute. They stood tall at the back and ensured that they didn't concede. It's over here. Match day 4 at the Nana Fosuji Park in Bechem. It's the home side. Bechem United 0. The visiting Hazabok 0.
All right, so 90 minutes done and dusted here at the Nana Fosu Park, and nothing could separate both sides after the 90 minutes. The home side drawing against the away side, Accra Hearts of Oak here, match day 4, and it's the Friday kickoff. And I've been joined here by the coach of Accra Hearts of Oak, Masoud Didi Dramani. Coach, hard-fought game, but you think a draw is a fair result for your side heading back to Accra?
I think so. I think that there were 2 halves of challenges. They started so well, and then we took over. The first half, we controlled, greater part of the first half. We opened up the spaces, we controlled the tempo, and then we had the best spaces to exploit. But yes, we still needed a clinical move in terms of opening and creating the chances, and then making the goals. But I think that it's still good to still keep a very tight mode in terms of our clean sheet records.
4 straight clean sheet this season. You are yet to concede. You think that is what boosts the confidence of this team going into every single game?
I think I've said it time and again, and I'll continue to say that there will be difficult games. The pitch is very good terrain. There are games, especially playing against teams that don't have points. They are playing at home. They are a very formidable side at home. They rarely lose games here, and so you want to break them. And you can understand that you need something more extra. You need a strong mentality that I earlier on spoke about. You need to keep up the intensity of your play, and you need to keep that energy and the effort that you need to perform.
You've lost another player, key player Abdul Karim. Are you scared now? Are you worried about the injury concerns, gradually creeping into the team?
I think it is a normal situation when it comes to football. You need to make room for 2% injury rate of your squad. You need to make sure that you're carrying the entire 35 players that you have, including the younger ones, so that we can always try as much as possible to manage and then be able to keep the players with deloading moments, especially those who need deloading. You saw that we brought Kalkari very late because he has something in the hamstring, and we needed to salvage that, to bring in Prince Kobno Usu for him to have 60 minutes, and then we can manage the last 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, and a safe journey back to Accra. So that's the head coach of Accra Hearts of Oak, Masudi Dramani. He said that, despite dropping 2 points, 1 point far away from home is just a good result for them. But then more injury concerns, creeping into the team. After Abdul Karim was forced off after picking up an injury right at the beginning of the second half. I've been joined here by Desmond Boche. He's the head coach of Bechem United. Coach, 90 minutes, hard fought, but then you still couldn't get your first win of the season.
Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed in the game because of the lack of, creativity at our last third. Honestly, we did a lot, and I'm expecting the boys to do more than they did today. They didn't sacrifice a little bit for the team at all. I'm surprised, and it gets me now. Confused.
But how bigger does it? How challenging and difficult is it? Because knowing that you've only scored 1 goal this season, and it came on match day 1. You've gone 270 minutes plus without scoring a goal.
Honestly, it's getting too much on my head because we've done goal scoring, we've done finishing a lot. And I don't know why all these things is coming. It's happening to us. Honestly, all that I can say is, as a tactical man, I have to go back to the drawing board and see what is going on. And then you saw in the first half, we couldn't even hold the ball and play more. But when we came in the second half, because I told them what to do, and we started holding the ball. Now, it's get to where we have to get to the finishing third. And that is where we are lacking the knowledge to do the creativity and get to the net.
Pressure coming up, fans expectant. Do you think there's pressure on you now?
Oh, of course, there's pressure because the fans are expecting more than what they are seeing. Honestly, I can see people calling on my head to go, but I don't care. This is our trademark. Going and all those and sack them on that's not part of my problem. The problem is how to get into the back of the net, and that's the problem we have now.
Thank you very much, Desmond Issa Boche, the head coach for Bechem United. He says he knows there's pressure coming because the fans keep calling for his head, because Bechem United are winless in their first 4 games this season. Their worst start to a league season in the last 10 years. I'm now here with the man of the match, the young boy, Sefa Emmanuel. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And how did you see the game? How do you think you are satisfied with your impact today?
Oh, I should speak to you.
Okay, yeah.
The game in the Nanyagro, it's now. Well, I top side of the Ghana Premier League in the normal Bobono. And Yagro, and ever started giving not pressure with so that.
But only Frank Amankwa and a ball pivot. No, you're a young guy, just 19. What's your experience? I know the guy they wanna. Do you think it was just good enough for you today? I will game boy.
Yeah, a good man because I'm motivating me. Say the woman when you pay mommy slow be almost here to send the party send me up. Money behind a door, money in a going to. No say coach me boy, but then I say pass so I want my team about somebody. Oh, boy game now team into me winning a how. But I have a because who be the man of the match now some for so be my so much. No, they are 1 point by and you're not near shit.
Better I say, but congratulations, Bium, on man of the match. So that's the midfielder for Bechem United. It's still the GPL coverage, continuous coverage, brought to you by the Sub Productions. And my name is Josiah. We are headed for a commercial break. When we are back, I'll be talking to my pundits right here.
I want to watch them, man.
Even watches Ghana football these days.